know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you.
What's up, everybody? I'm Fu.
And I'm Main One, and we're Unplugged, Free Your Mind, the show where we discuss and share our perspective on an array of topics and world news from an unfiltered, unbiased, and unplugged point of view. Welcome back to another week of Unplugged. Uh, Thank y'all for checking in. As you come in, please, let us know where you're from. We'd like to do a quick little roll call as we start the show to see where we're getting our folks from. So come in, just shout us out where you coming from, and we appreciate it. We appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. And yeah, so we're back. What's up, homie?
What's up? What's up, my man? I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all I think it's gonna start trickling in because people probably cooking right now, which we understand. It's about that time, 8 o'clock. But this can give y'all a little peace of mind. So especially if you're on YouTube, while you're in the kitchen, grab your phone, go to YouTube, subscribe, and y'all can go ahead and listen in on the show tonight. It's not we definitely won't be on for 2 hours. That's a given. We're probably gonna be on for an hour, maybe a little more. I do have somebody coming on. I'm gonna let him break everything down once he comes on. But all I can tell everybody is, what's up, Will? It's
Fam, hold up. Before you say, I forgot to shout out our girl. She's gonna be on later. Jay's gonna be on later. She's out of town visiting her mom for the holiday. Her and her sister, they visiting their mom for the holiday. So she says she's gonna be on later. So she's gonna pop in. So for all y'all who came just to see Jay, she's gonna be here. She's just not here right now. So that's just for because I know y'all ain't come to see us. Y'all come to see Jay. So continue.
Shoot your shot.
No. We're not gonna shoot your shot. But she gonna kill us for that shit. But anyway, go ahead and continue.
I wanna say to everybody, and I'm gonna say this with all seriousness when I think about me and Jermaine. We don't enjoy the fact that we're right. We don't like push for that, because this isn't a situation where I told you so is going to be worth it because shit going to be detrimental. But what we can say is a lot of the things that we've talked about are unfolding right in front of your eyes. And I don't think the average person is even picking up on it. I made a video and I simply stated that people made an agreement to give a piece of their soul away, like literally, because what you decided to do is attached to your fucking DNA, meaning it shifted something, it altered something. And I don't think people realize how deep that goes. My man Kaid always say that, we give away our cool. We got to hold on to that shit. What's up, Will? What's up, Kaylin? And in this instance, fuck your cool. You gave away a piece of you, like literally. So, just be mindful of that, and to sit here and really think about what Dr. Price was saying. You can't detox it. You can't get rid of it. So I just suggest for people, if you made the decision to go ahead and do it, save somebody from doing it. And the last thing I say to y'all about this shit is, I'm meeting more and more people that's been on some, I ain't fucking with that shit. And certain people, I'd be surprised, like, word? Oh, shit. But then you get knocked down to reality. Motherfuckers you think ain't do nothing. They don't. Oh, my. And I'd be like, oh, my God. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say his name, but I told you who got it. Yeah. My young lion. Now, mind you, it was for a different circumstance that he didn't tell me. But when you start hearing people, who you love and shit like that, and he young, I was like, damn, yo, what the fuck? But yeah, I digress. Before we get into the serious shit, let me give y'all the update on my golf situation. Okay, I played in a tournament. Was that Monday?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it was Monday. Okay, I played in a tournament Monday, and I have decided to not really get mad on the golf course anymore for two reasons. I saw a video with Greg Norman, and Greg Norman was saying, as a professional, I can go out there and shoot 65, 66, and I might hit 4 pure shots on the golf course. 4. This motherfucker might shoot a 60-something and hit 4 pure shots. So his whole point was, if I hit 4 pure shots, how can somebody who's an amateur get mad at all on the golf course? It struck me like, you know what? That makes all sense in the world. I can't get upset on that level. And then I saw something else that it said that Tiger Woods, he allows himself 10 steps to be upset at a shot. So after he takes that 10th step, it's over with. He can't think about the shit anymore. I was like, all right, cool. So that was like my attitude when I played this particular tournament. And I got a story for y'all with this shit too, because it was funny as fuck. I went out there. We started on a par 5. And for whatever reason, usually my first hole on almost every tournament that I played so far, I get a fucking double bogey. Every single one. Started on this par 5. I actually made a par. I was like, oh shit, okay, this is good money. I went on a nice little bogey streak. And then on the 7th hole, on the 6th hole, I got a fucking 8. And when I got this 8, I was like, damn, this is some bullshit. And then I went 4-4 and I got a 7. So that 8 and that 7 kind of fucked me up. So overall, I ended up shooting a 95. And the reason why I shot this 95 was because I had 4 bad holes. Now let me give y'all a little insight on this 95. The person who won the flight that I was in shot 16 over. So with them going 16 over, they shot what? There was 6 shots better than me. I got 89 or some shit, 88, 89, whatever it was. So without me having those 4 bad holes, I would have won my flight. So that kind of it bothered me. But let me give y'all this story, then we're gonna go ahead and start the show. We on this hole. I hit my ball short, so I'm there in 2. This guy who I played with, I played with him in my first tournament. Real like proper black dude, like on some geeky type shit. It's it is what it is. He older,
Carlton, like Carlton.
Yeah, but different. Like yes, but if you be like, if you see him, you be like, damn. But
okay.
He hits the shot to the green. When he hit this shot to the green, it spun a little bit, and then it started to roll. His ball ended up rolling past my ball. It was like a downhill on some side hill shit. So his ball was actually behind mine. Since I was there, I just hit. I hit a little chip shot. I hit it good. But this hill, if you don't get it over a certain point, it's gonna roll back to your feet. I hit the motherfucker, it rolled back to my feet. I lied 3. He hits his ball and goes past the pin. He was like, well, that one ain't gonna roll back. I was like, all right, that shit. I wish I would have did that first time. I go hit my shot again. I did the same exact shit. Good shot, motherfucker rolled back to my feet. I lied 4. I did it again. I lied 5. Then I hit it again. Finally knocked the bitch on the green. So I lost 6. I ended up 2-putting for 8. That's where I got one of the 8s at. Okay, cool, whatever. This dude putts his ball. It took everything in me not to laugh, like loud as fuck with what happened. He putts his ball. His putt goes past the pin and starts trickling. And he's screaming in his proper voice, "Don't you do it! Don't you do it! Don't you do it!" His ball proceeds to roll back down the hill where he originally was. And this non-athletic, awkward, uptight, proper talking dude drew his putter at the ball. That shit was so damn funny. It was ridiculous. I'm cracking inside. I'm cracking. I didn't want to laugh in his face because I'm in there and I ain't want him to really black the fuck out. So then after that, he flubs one in the trap. He hits 2 more in the trap, and he was pissed the fuck off, and he ended up making a 9. But watching him and his anger, I was glad that I kept my motherfucking composure. Because when I was hitting those shots that kept running back to my feet, I was laughing at myself. Like I was laughing out loud, but I didn't even laugh at him. But if I would have caught that shit on video, it would have went viral. The way he remember how Tyler Perry threw that phone and Why Did I Get Married? And everybody knew from there what was up. Like he just threw that shit so goddamn. I'm gonna go like this. That's how he threw that. And that shit was funny as fuck. It was super. Let's just say it was super non-athletic. And you don't throw putters like that. You just don't. You don't do that. But you know, I'm getting there. It's coming. Kind of showed me it's definitely possible. But I don't like playing golf in cold weather. I don't like that shit. But I digress. I just wanted to give y'all a little update. If anybody's interested, want to see what's going on, make sure you go subscribe. You can look on, you know, at my name or whatever. Fuquan Golf on IG. First video of me actually playing around the golf is coming, probably sooner than later. Yeah,
hey, when you told me that shit Monday, I was laughing, so it was even funnier the second time. I just want to, you know, since it's just me and you right now, you know, just give people a little, because somebody messaged me that both of us know. I ain't gonna say it on here, but it was like, yo, I watched the show, and it seemed like you and Fu agree on everything, and I was like, nah, we don't agree on everything. I just said the things that we majorly disagree on, we have our discourse off camera. We don't have discourse on camera because it ain't with us. It ain't about being right. It ain't right or wrong. It's, you know, you got your opinion, and I may challenge him on certain things, but when it comes to this particular thing that we kind of been touching on a lot, me and you walk hand in hand with that. You know, our mindset is pretty much the same, except for you're more of, you want to save people. Me, I'm just like, fuck them at this point. You know what I'm saying? That's what me and you like. We the fork in the road with me and you, because I'm like, at this point, if people haven't, you know, taken the jab, they ain't gonna take it. And the people that have taken it, ain't nothing we can do about it. So it is what it is. So, but I say that to say, I'm never going to stop trying to show everybody how the media has a role in all this. How the media has a role in shaping people's minds, and people are so easily, their minds are so easily shaped. And of course, we got a video. I got videos, so I'm going to share this video, and it kind of is an accumulation of what has been playing out over the last 1.5 to 2 years.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
The El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these things that simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 I mean, I hope y'all get the picture. You know, it's like a script. They sent out a script. They're like, hey, these are the approved messages that y'all can talk about, and this is what y'all gonna talk about. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing more. Nothing less.
And if any of you, if you haven't seen that video, I've seen it, and I think that plays into what Hitler said: when you tell a lie enough, it will become the truth. And that's the world we living in right fucking now. And people don't understand that. I be sitting there sometimes saying to myself, what gives these people the credibility to make you want to follow them? Like, seriously, I would love for people to tell me that. What is it that you're seeing on the media that would make you want to follow them? And with me making that statement, I want to use two examples. If Fauci fucked up the AIDS crisis, why are you listening to that dude? And second, if athletes and entertainers are there to entertain you, what makes them credible for you to make a health decision? The main one being Magic Johnson. Homegirl, Megan McLove, I think her name is, she said it best. You talking shit about Kyrie not getting a shot and he not there for his team, but your ass couldn't wear a motherfucking condom to be there for your goddamn team back in the day. So what gives you credibility to say something about this shit? Get the fuck out of here. Not going down like that. And she hit that shit on them. I wish you could play that video. Like that video, if I could send you the one, even the one where she broke the shit down on that little minute video, she be on point with it. And I think you said it best also. It's to the point now, what's next? If motherfuckers ain't doing that shit by now, the fuck out of here. And I think they're starting to see that.
I saw a video of and I don't even call his name. I call him Foul Cheese. So that's his new name for me. Foul Cheese. Cheese when it go bad. That's his new name. He actually did a PSA, and I was trying to find this video so bad because I saw it on somebody else's page, but he was talking through it, and I ain't want to grab it with him talking through it. But he was giving a PSA about getting a booster, and he was like, "Well, if you've taken the Moderna and the Pfizer, and you're 6 months ago, then you need to get the booster. If you're taking the J&J 2 months ago, you need to get the booster. You know, the holidays coming up, blah blah blah. You need to get the booster." And it's like I'm sitting here thinking, like, why are people still listening to this dude? Why is he still giving a platform? We here know why, but to the people who just got their eyes closed to this shit, they just suck it all up and like, oh well, Fauci said we can't get together for the holidays, so I guess I'll see y'all next year and shit like that. It's like, who gave this dude the power? And now that he has this power, he will not relinquish it. He's going to keep kicking the proverbial can down the road until somebody actually snatches him up and fire him or some shit like that. So, but, you know, while you listening to him, I just want you to hear the bullshit. I just can't help it. I can't help myself.
It's been over a 20-to-1 return.
If you had put that money into an S&P 500 and reinvested the dividends, you'd come up with something like $17 billion, but you think it's $200 billion.
Here, yeah.
You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
These vaccines are highly, highly effective.
Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
They're really, really good against variants.
Everyone who takes the vaccine is not just protecting themselves, but reducing their transmission to other people and allowing society to get back to normal.
Get your first shot, and when you're due for your second, get your second shot.
Our key goal is to stop the transmission, to get the immunity levels up so that you get almost no infection going on whatsoever.
When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected.
If you're vaccinated, you're not going to be hospitalized. You're not going to be in an ICU unit, and you're not going to die. If you are fully vaccinated, you no longer need to wear a mask.
Anyone who is fully
vaccinated can participate in indoor and outdoor activities, large or small, without wearing a mask or physical distancing. But what they can't do.
Hey, I'm pausing for a second. Do y'all be peeping the person who be doing the sign language when they be doing it? Yo, they be tripping with them faces. I don't know if it's just me. They be real into it. I don't know if that's something that they got to do or what, but they be into it.
Do anymore is prevent transmission.
We didn't have vaccines that block transmission. We got vaccines that help you with your health, but they only slightly reduce the transmissions. We need a new way of doing the vaccine.
The level of virus in the nasopharynx of a person who's vaccinated and infected is the same level as the level of virus in the nasopharynx of an unvaccinated person.
Reports from our international colleagues, including Israel, suggest increased risk of severe disease amongst those vaccinated early.
And if you look at Israel, which has always been a month to a month and a half ahead of us, they are seeing a waning of immunity, not only against infection, but against hospitalizations and to some extent death. The booster might actually be an essential part of the primary regimen that you have.
Plan is for every adult to get a booster shot.
Clearly one of the best investments I've ever been involved in.
Clearly.
I'm gonna read something that Jermaine actually sent to me. Now we talking reality and we talking science. So if anybody wants to say something, you're gladly free to come on camera if you don't agree with this. The definition of craxine, y'all know I don't say that word, is a preparation of killed microorganisms, living attenuated organisms, or living fully virulent organisms that is administered to produce or artificially increase immunity to a particular disease. That is the definition that has recently been changed. Now, I want to stress that. How is it that this definition has been around for so long, but then they change it? Why? Now, if you're talking about science, the definition I just read to you refutes what they have going on, because the shots that you get don't have that in it. It is mRNA technology. So you have been deceived, because obviously if you do what that definition says, there's a strong possibility you may actually have immunity. What you've seen is this shit don't do nothing. And I don't give a fuck what they make. It ain't nothing they can make that can say it's going to prevent you from going to the hospital. It's going to prevent you from dying. How the fuck is going to prevent you from dying, but one of the side effects is death? That don't make no sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. And we know that's one of the side effects. So I'm going to let that sizzle in your spirit, as Country Wayne likes to say. Word is born. Like that one, you rub that one all up in your chest. And side note, for everybody out there, I'm going to reiterate it. Go on YouTube, Unplugged, Free Your Mind. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Mainly subscribe and get your people on with this. Second, if you live in the Atlanta area or you know somebody that does, get them out to the event Saturday with Dr. Price so you can get your blood tested and you can definitely get your eye test. I suggest for everybody, especially if you got the shot, I want you to come see your blood under a microscope. That's some science for your ass. Look under the microscope at your blood and compare it to mine. I think you're going to be surprised because you're going to see a difference. It's going to be a fact. So I hope everybody comes. I've been pushing and promoting this shit. I went to a food truck earlier that sell a seafood. And I was like, look, I don't know what y'all doing Saturday morning, but you need to be out here because we ain't gonna have no food there. You're probably gonna be able to make a lot of money, hands down. So I'm waiting on a response from that. But this is just, this is where we're at with it. And we ain't letting up, y'all. Like we always say, we have to be our own media. So that's what we're gonna focus on.
You got your man down there.
my man Aaron is super cool, involved in the community. He might be one of the greatest preppers ever born. But I want him to come on and let him tell you what he has going on. He's probably going to touch on the prepping thing a little bit or whatever. And we wanted to use tonight to kind of highlight somebody who's out there putting in work, because we always talk about it. We're sick of symbolism. You need to be doing something. We can't sit there and tell you what to do, but it can't just be talking. You have to be proactive in some type of way, and everybody's different. Huge shout out to my man Yurima Karama and his organization, the Unity Walk. Huge shout out to Gerald E. Rose with the New Order organization. Like, these people have boots on the ground. Shout out to our man Kimani Bravehorse, who's putting in work. Like, this is what I mean. And my man Aaron is one of those people. So waiting for him to hit his camera or whatever, so you can go ahead and pop back on. But there you go. What's up? What's up, eh?
Hey, what's up, King? How you doing?
Fine, and yourself, Holmes?
Man, everything's in divine order.
That's what I'm talking about. So feel free to let everybody know about you, what you was telling me about. And like I said, towards the end, or whenever you want to kind of slide it in, give people the insight on prepping and how you do. Like, I'm telling y'all, this dude right here told something different. He's something different. But I'm going to let him tell his story or whatever to let y'all know what's going on. And if you can support him in any way, make sure you do it.
First of all, thank you for the platform. Me and one of my former players, we're co-owners of a 72,000 square foot youthplex, primarily serving melanated young boys and girls. And we started an initiative called Midnight Run. It's from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. on Friday nights. And the focus was to help eradicate gun violence. But at the same time, we wanted to give them an option. Not only gun violence, but violence on women, violence on each other, and obviously drug and alcohol abuse. And so every Friday night from 11 p.m. to 2 o'clock in the morning, we open up our facility and we let kids play basketball. And as an incentive, all the kids get jerseys, t-shirts, backpacks as well. But the cool thing about the initiative, we know the young men are coming for basketball, but when they get there, there's other people that are talking about getting your GED, grade recovery, voc training. We just created a apprenticeship program where they can learn how to be carpenters, electricians, or plumbers. And hopefully in 2022, they'll be able to become welders as well. Because everybody's not going to college, but if you can learn a skill or a trade, you can feed yourself and your family. And so we've done it for 2 weeks now. We've had a really good success. A lot of young men have shown up, and it's the young men that we need to attract. The ones from single parent families, the ones that may have had some issues with law enforcement, or those that have not completed their high school diploma. And keep in mind, it's not that we're placing value on a high school diploma, but we understand as long as you're in the matrix, that's something you have to have. So I want to be perfectly clear about that. And once again, we also teach financial literacy, group economics, entrepreneurship, web design. We do music, we do dance, girls and boys empowerment group, as long as teach African history. And once again, great opportunity. We spend a lot of time talking about what's wrong, whether it's the jab, the food shortage, the fuel shortage. But in the meantime, our young people are either dying or killing themselves. So we've got to provide an opportunity for them as well. And what they see from us is going to impact what they do. And that's why the Denton Center has created the Midnight Run. And so once again, we're very excited about it. And I want to thank the host for allowing me to be on this platform to talk about it.
And let everybody know exactly where it's located.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, forgive me. We're in Carbondale, Illinois, some hours south of Chicago. But this is what I'll say. Don't let our area be the few places that we do this. There's other facilities in your town or in your city where you can start this initiative. And you don't have to invent the wheel over. We'll send you the curriculum. We'll send you how our sponsorship works. Because what we actually did was keep in mind when they arrest drug dealers or criminals and they seize money, that money has to be used. What better way to use that money than to put it back into our community? Because that's where it comes from anyway. So one of our sponsors is the State's Attorney's Office. So we're tapping into monies that have come from our communities and putting them back in our communities as an investment. So if you're at all interested in putting this initiative in your city or town, please get a hold of me, let me know. We'll walk you through the process and we'll do whatever we can do to help you implement that in your community.
How is it that you will want people to contact you?
It's a great question. You know what? They can hit me on my DM, Aaron Lee 8485.
You talk about for Instagram?
Yeah. Yes.
I'll go ahead and put that in the comments now for people.
And anything that they need, I'll help them do it.
That's dope. That's one of my passions is working with kids. I train kids in basketball. I'm also a middle school basketball coach here in South Carolina. So man, this is a great thing that you're doing. That's a great idea because I know in South Carolina we got a lot of our youth just out here just throwing their life away to these so-called gangs and shooting and all this kind of bullshit. And definitely need something like that around here. So I definitely will be reaching out to you. But
cool.
What you did kind of remind me of in this video that I'm gonna play. One of my favorite movies of all time, and it's really underrated, of Samuel L. Jackson is Coach Carter. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. So I kind of pieced together a clip that kind of resonated with me because I happened to be watching it the other night. So, and then it just so happened you came on today, and the universe worked how it's supposed to work.
You put a lock on the gym and force them to meet you in the library. Are you crazy?
Ms. Garrison, I'm surprised you know where my office is.
Take the lock off the gym. My phone doesn't stop ringing.
Maybe someone on the other end of that phone has a solution to our problem.
Your intentions are good, Mr. Carter, but your methods are a bit extreme.
You painted an extreme picture. No one expects them to graduate. No one expects them to go to college.
You take away basketball, the one area of their lives where they have some success.
Yes, ma'am.
And you challenge them academically?
Yes, ma'am.
And what if they fail?
Then we fail.
Unfortunately, Mr. Carter, both you and I know that for some of these kids, this basketball season will be the highlight of their lives.
Well, I think that's the problem. Don't you?
As a teacher, I was offended when asked by a coach to provide progress reports. Nowhere in my contract does it say that I have to do so. It creates more work. This lockout has brought negative media attention that questions our abilities as educators. In this madness, in this lockout.
I'm Jason Lyles' uncle. That boy lives to play ball. Comes to school every day now. You take away basketball, God knows what he'd be into.
Yesterday, he canceled the Fremont game. Now that's the biggest game of the year. I have scouts coming to watch my boy play. These boys are 16 and 0. This whole school, this whole community is behind this team. Everybody goes to every game. Basketball's the only thing that these boys have got. Now, are we going to let Carter come in here and take that away from them? I don't think so. Not going to happen.
I'd like to make a move.
Yes, Mr. Walters.
I move that we remove Mr. Carter as head basketball coach.
Please, order. This board does not have the authority to terminate employment of a staff position.
Then I move we end the lockout and let the kids play.
I second the motion.
Okay.
If I may,
Yes, Mr. Carter.
you really need to consider the message that you're sending these boys. It's the same message that we as a culture send to our pro athletes, which is that they are above the law. Now, I'm trying to teach these boys a discipline that will inform their lives and give them choices. If you endorse the fact that 15, 16, and 17-year-olds don't have to honor the simple rules of a basketball contract, how long do you think it'll be before they're out there breaking laws? Now, I played basketball at Richmond 30 years ago. It was the same thing then. Some of my teammates ended up in prison. Some of them ended up dead. I took this job because I wanted to affect change in a special group of young men, and this is the only way I know how to do that. If you vote to end the lockout, you won't have to terminate me. I'll quit.
Vote on whether or not to end the lockout. All those in favor of ending the lockout will raise their right hand when called upon. I will vote first by not raising my hand. Principal Garrison. Valerie Walker. Benson Chu. Parent and Rep, Mrs. Cepeda. And Ms. Nguyen.
Are you sure you want to do this? Look, I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, but you've done such a great job with these boys. It seems wrong to just...
No offense, ma'am, but all the work I did with those boys was negated when they ended the lockout.
I don't think that's true.
The board sent the message loud and clear. Winning basketball games is more important than graduating from high school and going to college. I'm sorry. I just can't support that message.
Man. So if you look at especially the vote. So let's start with the vote. All of we know the Asian motherfucker, he don't give a fuck whether our kids get a damn good education and shit like that. The Asian chick, she don't give a fuck. The white dude, he didn't give a fuck. So this is not a condemnation on all educators, because we know educators. But I'm just saying, when you see a scene like that play out, that scene plays out all the time. I see it all the time in these gyms where these parents are just living their dreams through their kids, just don't give a crap about their damn grades. It just is all about ball. You see that with school. It's all about winning basketball games. And when are we as a community going to stop pushing our kids to athletics and more the intellectual route?
I mean, I totally agree.
Can I put something
bottom line? Go ahead, Aaron.
One of the things I often tell my student athletes all the time is basketball is what we do. It's not who we are. And sometimes that gets lost in translation, because the only time you pay attention to one of our kids is when they're playing basketball. Basketball becomes who they are, not what they do. And then when the ball stops dribbling, they don't have to be anything else. And that's when they get into the drugs and the games and everything else. And in the video, the one thing I know, all the parents showed up to the basketball meeting.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't come to parent-teacher conferences. They don't check grades. The only time they come to the school is when their kid ain't playing enough minutes. And we give them a basketball before we give them books. And then since we're such a devalued community, basketball makes us feel like we're somebody. People are paying attention to me. People are paying attention to my son. So now I want to be seen through my son.
Aaron,
Not
check your
every
connection.
type of understanding what you're doing is enabling your child to be a man or a woman, because they understand basketball is who they are and not what they do. And so once again, I've been doing this for 20 years as an educator and a coach. And that's been one of the biggest things I've battled in my career with the kids that I interact with.
Aaron, can you hear me? Aaron.
Yeah, his shit delayed. I don't know. You may have to come back in.
Yeah, Aaron, can you hear us?
Nope. Go ahead and finish your point.
Yeah, when you play sports, it can become a part of you, but I think more people need to start looking at what you can get from it. You can parlay sports a lot with what you can get from it, which is great. But I don't think that the average person, especially a kid, they don't understand the ramifications that you can get from it, because they generally tend to abuse it, and it's like they become entitled when they need to understand that sports is exactly that. It's entertainment. But what can you do with that? Because it's like what Spider-Man uncle told him: with great power comes great responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Are you willing to take on that responsibility? That is the key. And when you really start talking about sports and you start talking about males in sports, first thing you got to talk about is these damn women. So if you getting women on one side souping you up, then you got your parents. You got to pressure your parents. Oh shit! This can get us paid. I can take care of my parents. This, that, whatever. Now you're putting added pressure on yourself. Then you getting the acclamations from the school. You got agents possibly coming and all of that. You have to be mindful who you surround yourself with, because your team is going. That's the one thing I give LeBron James. LeBron James' team, them motherfuckers is amazing. You talk about somebody that don't played in the league damn near 20 years. Mm-hmm. They had no off-court motherfucking scandals, and all his people in his inner circle, he put them on, and they're doing their own thing. Came in with them, but he helped branch them out. That's the way it's supposed to be. And that's why I'm even glad, like this to me, this kind of comes back full circle. My whole thing is always going to be, you have to be selfless. Too many motherfuckers are selfish. Fuck that. You don't want yes men around you. I want a motherfucker to check me, because we all need that shit.
Right.
You come on, man. And to me also, that's the beauty of sports and a coach, a good coach. A good coach will check the star player.
Mm-hmm.
A bad coach gonna let him slide and do whatever the fuck he want, and alienate the other players, not realizing when you alienate the star player, it's gonna push up the rest of the team. I think Greg Popovich is probably best at that shit, because Tim Duncan used to talk about that. He's like, Pop used to get on my ass all the time in front of everybody.
Right.
But I bet Phil Jackson wasn't doing that shit to Jordan. I bet that shit without question.
Maybe. I mean, we don't know. I mean, it's quite possibly, but I mean, I get your point. I mean, yeah, I thought about that because we had a practice last Saturday, and we had the kids bring their grades, their interim reports, and we got 14 kids on the team. 9 of them had at least 2 to 3 barely passing grades. 9 out of 14. So Our first game is this coming Thursday. This coming Tuesday, excuse me. So we could possibly go into the game with five players. And, you know, we stress to them, you know, y'all not just letting y'all, and we kind of gave them that shit that they gave the players about the jab. You ain't just letting yourself, you letting your teammates down. But this is a little bit different. This is something that you can control. You can control your grades. You can, especially these days of time. I'm like, man, look, you got a computer in your hand. You got all kind of shit. You got teachers letting you make up, listen assignments. When we were going to school, you missed an assignment. That was it. You got 0. That was right. It ain't no making up no assignment. Now they let you make up assignments. So it's no reason why you should have failing grades. No reason. But you have instances like that parent in the video. The lady, she was like, this is all they got. So if that's all you pouring into your kid, what you think? That's all they gonna do. All you got is basketball. You ain't smart enough to do your work and go to college. This is all you got is basketball. What kind of message is that you sending your kid?
I think, and I'm speaking from somebody who's not a parent, but I think about somebody like you. I think about somebody like Terrell, and I think about my man Kaid. These are 3 men who their parent style is, you got academics, you have athletics, but you also are going to have a skill or multiple skills. So that way you're covered, or you cover all bases. But I don't think that most people think that way, because if you go to college, if you decide to go to college and you have an athletic and an academic scholarship, and you have a skill, you have a skill set, what happens if you get hurt and you can't play anymore? You still can go to school because you have an academic scholarship. Mm-hmm. And you're able to make money on the side because you have a skill. I know a girl that she was in college, she was doing nails. Little young Asian chick. She was doing her fucking numbers. You got somebody like Greg Anthony back in the day at UNLV. All the older cats, they know who I'm talking about. Greg Anthony was at UNLV. And with Greg Anthony, they told him that if you keep selling those t-shirts, we're going to take your scholarship away. Mm-hmm. Greg Anthony said, take it away. I'll be all right. And he did his goddamn thing. And look what ended up happening. Made it to the NBA, whatever. And the main thing is it shows what's possible. But it has to go back to the old school way of doing things. Somebody like Aaron is doing his thing the old school way. Mm-hmm. Somebody like Jermaine is doing his thing the old school way, where you have to be held accountable. Nowadays, it's like you get a slap on the wrist and that's it. Yeah. That's not good. I've always said in this day and age, the people who are in charge was picked on as kids. And now they have their chance to be in charge to make it seem like other kids won't get picked on. Newsflash, kids are kids. They're going to be kids. You're going to get picked on. But what frustrates me is to hear a fucking 8-year-old talk about suicide. How the fuck does an 8-year-old know what suicide is? That, to me, boggles my mind. Not just what the word means, how to play this shit out. Young child kills themselves over being bullied in school. My grandmother told me they can say whatever the fuck they want to say about you. Just don't let them put their hands on you. They put their hands on you, it changes things. Who cares about words? Yeah. But motherfuckers real sensitive right now. I mean, you know, I apologize for my rant, but I couldn't help it.
Yeah. Aaron, you got, oh, damn. Okay. Well, we'll touch on this last. We got, almost 10 minutes left. We said we were going to go about an hour. I wanted to touch on this stupid shit I seen yesterday. It kind of pissed me off. And this guy pisses me off. I don't know about y'all, but his face pisses me off. Don't his face piss you off? Ain't that a face that just?
Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Enos Cantor done did now?
Wow, listen to this shit.
LeBron James is one of them, but not many people are talking about Michael Jordan. You know, Michael Jordan hasn't done anything, nothing for the black community in America besides just, you know, giving them money. I feel like we need to call out these athletes. At least LeBron James is going out there and, you know, being the voice of all those people who are oppressed, you know, in America. But Michael Jordan has not done anything for the black community because he cares too much about his shoe sales all over the world and America. So I feel like we need to call out these athletes and not be scared of who they are.
I know, I imagine a lot of people in the black community would disagree with that, and we'll have to put those allegations, those strong allegations that you just made to Michael Jordan and to.
What really pisses me off about that, not the fact that Michael Jordan is my guy. I don't know him personally. I like him as a basketball player. I have no clue what he does charity-wise. I don't know what he does. But for this guy who ain't even welcome in his own country to even be speaking on what Michael Jordan is doing for the black community just pisses me off. And people like him piss me off when they talk about stuff like they care about our community. He don't give a fuck about the black community. So why is he talking about what Michael Jordan giving to the black community? It pissed me off.
Since you made that statement, let me kind of touch on the video that I made earlier. For the viewership out there, and feel free to speak your piece when I say what I say. The cats that are running this country are fucking brilliant. Only in America can the powers that be have a race of people, us, arguing with each other, disowning each other, choosing which white man might be best to run the country. That shit is fucking amazing. Motherfuckers ready to fight and come to blows if you support 45 or if you support Sleepy Joe. For real? So you're going to fight over two old-ass white dudes that don't give a fuck about you. That is the craziest shit in the world, and they will justify it and say, we got to do this, we got to do that, when history shows both parties, per se, don't give a fuck about us. Is one party visibly more diverse? Yes. Visibly. We're not going to knock the symbolism, but let's talk action. But like I said, they have such power to be able to have motherfuckers fighting for them when we won't even fight for ourselves. We'll fight amongst ourselves for them, but won't fight together against the establishment per se. And the crazy part about this, and certain people may not agree with me when I say this, if you think about 2021, I want you to really think about this. It's not the way that it was years ago. Most white kids aren't bred to hate black people. They aren't. It's different now. I can say that because there's been a shift. Those old racist motherfuckers, they dying off. But just because they're dying off doesn't mean we are not supposed to remind the younger cats what they benefited from. We have to let them know that, because now they're the ones that have the power to actually make the change. But it's like, are they willing to do it? Because unlike myself, unlike my man Jermaine, or even like my man Aaron, we aren't non-confrontational. We are confrontational. We're going to say exactly what the fuck we mean and mean what we say. Other motherfuckers, they don't understand that. They don't get that. They don't have that in them. Anybody who knows Jerome Alfuquan Fitz, they know I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. Am I going to sit there and start throwing rocks at? Nah. But I'm going to speak my piece, and I'm going to speak up for people, and I'm not ashamed to do that. The one thing about this one over here is I am unapologetically me. Ain't no shift. You can't buy me. It ain't going down like that. It'll never go down like that. But everybody doesn't live that way. That has to be something in you, like seriously. And we need more of that. But we understand how the system works. The system destroyed that because they took that away from the one thing I always think about that always kind of sticks with me is James Evans from Good Times. That was the quintessential father, like right there. That's the type of father we need in our communities consistently. And when you start thinking about TV shows, you got James Evans, Good Times. You got Cliff Huxtable, Cosby Show. You got what's my man from Fresh Prince?
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil. You got Philip Banks. Then you got homeboy from Family Matters. When you think about them as fathers on that, think about what they portrayed. Every father was a great father on their value was there.
They did it differently though.
But James Evans to me that's the top. Because that motherfucker, you got to think about his situation. He had much of nothing, but he gave everything to his family. Mm-hmm. And he ruled with an iron fist and he commanded respect. Now that's something that all the fathers, even Cliff Huxtable, had his moments, the motherfucker get mad. Mm-hmm. But people tend to forget, yes, it's entertainment. But the type of people that we are, it's about what you see. And you act on that. We got to get back to that shit. I'm serious. And it can't just be looking at what we see on TV and now everybody want to be together. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, because the system dictates that's bullshit.
But like KG saying in the comments, we have to end the system. That I've been echoing that for, I can't even tell you how long I've been echoing that. But as long as we continue to be the grease in the cog, as long as we continue to participate in this broken system, I mean, it's just asinine to continue to participate in a broken and corrupt system. But they force us to do it to a certain extent. And I'll end on this. An opportunity of diversity extended from the oppressor's hand is nothing but a shackle in disguise. So every time the system gives you something that you feel like it's an opportunity or it's some sort of diversity or some symbolism or some shit like that, it ain't nothing but imprisoning you because you have to portray a certain role. You have to capitulate to a certain extent to hold on to whatever that opportunity it is that was given to you. And I haven't said this publicly on our, but I feel comfortable saying it on our platform. I was forced in a position about a month ago. And I made a decision that I was not going to do something. And I didn't just sit on my ass and say, woe is me and all this kind of shit. I went out there and I found me another way. And is that other way harder than what I was doing for the last 8 years of my life? Hell yeah. Would I have liked to continue to do the easy shit? Hell yeah. Am I making less money? Hell yeah. But guess what? I'm freer now than I have been in the last 8 to 10 years. So I wouldn't trade that for the world. And I can continue to feed my family and make sure I can take care of my family because at the end of the day, that's what I do it for. So, Aaron, I'll let you get the last word. You've been having a little technical difficulties. We're about to land the show.
Go ahead and unmute yourself, Aaron.
It's not okay. I'm sorry, I've been having technical difficulties the last 20 minutes, so forgive me. This is what I'll say about one thing that we know we all get. Every time we wake up, everybody gets two things: a chance and a choice. Everybody gets a chance and a choice. The choice you make when you get your chance will determine how your life looks. Regardless of your socioeconomic position, your living conditions, your gender identity, your ethnic or religious thoughts. We all get two things, a chance and a choice. When you get your chance, choose wisely, because we're a collection of our choices. So you got to figure out what type of quilt you're trying to make. So once again, regardless of how bad your day is, there's somebody out here that would love to have your worst day.
Yeah.
They would love to have your worst day. So we got to get to a place where if we're going to remain in the matrix or not, we've got to become self-sustainable. Last year, we spent, and I say we, I'm talking about us, we spent $1.1 trillion. $1.1 trillion. Had we spent 1/3 of that with each other, we would all be millionaires in 2 years. I need you to hear the information again. We spent $1.1 trillion. Had we spent 1/3 of that with each other in 2 years, we could all be millionaires. That tells you our economic power, and that tells you what we could do if we just work together. In 2 years, all 48 million of us could be millionaires if we invest 1/3 of what we make with each other. So we need to think about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
just 1/3 of what we make. If we spend it with each other, all of us could be millionaires.
I'm gonna end the show off of something off a video that I made the other day. And Aaron's point has segued right into it. Excuse me. Here's the thing. We always talk about separating from the system. And I think people kind of misconstrue when we say that and how we need to unplug from the system. One way that we can unplug from the system and have a major impact is stop spending our money on these commercialized holidays. If we just did that, here's what I mean. Fuck Christmas. Fuck Black Friday. Fuck New Year's. Damn Easter. Forgets President's Day. Veterans Day. Whatever holiday that has been created in this country.
Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Every single holiday that has been created in this country, remove yourself from it financially. As far as Christmas, why do you have to celebrate on December 25th? Says who? For what reason? As a block, we can make our own Christmas Day. We can have our own Black Friday, whatever the case may be. But think about that. If we separated ourselves from the system in that way, and we spent our money with each other, what Aaron said is exactly right. Now we're circulating our dollar. It's funny because people would always say, what you mean circulate our dollar? We don't own this. Well, guess what? There's a bunch of Black entrepreneurs out there. And is the product a little more expensive? Yes. So what? Because what we have to learn how to do is circulate our money amongst ourselves and contribute to shit that we want to do. Because the fact of the matter is, Aaron just said we spend 1.1 trillion a year. And if we spent 1/3, we'd all be millionaires. I want y'all to think about this. If we spend 1.1 trillion, we making everybody else wealthy except us.
Mm-hmm.
They living off of our backs collectively. And then they throw bones, damn a bone. They throw this fucking pencil at you and expect you to, like, prime example. And we get ready to end the show, everybody. What just happened with these 2 trials? The white boy got off. These other white cats, they got convicted. Now everybody's happy. Oh yeah, they got convicted. So what? Get excited over what? What it's gonna do? It ain't gonna change nothing. Because we're gonna hear about another one. But like I said, Whittinghouse, Arbery case. Y'all don't hear nothing about Giselle's case. Not a damn thing. Anybody talking about that? Man, I mentioned that to the guy that threw the putter. He was like, "Oh, I never heard of that."
Of course. And you ain't gonna hear about it.
But we're gonna end on that note. You know, we didn't want to stay on here long, mainly because we know it's a holiday and everything like that, and people getting their family structure in, they cooking, this, that, whatever. And when I talk about the holidays, when you talk about Thanksgiving, you have to think about that. We don't have to celebrate it in the sense of the way they do it, because it is about family gathering, and Native Americans did celebrate, but we have to celebrate it based on the way they entailed it, not the other way around. Y'all got to, I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like everything happens, sneezing, all this other shit. But I just hope everybody really understands where we're coming from.
If you get the crack scene, that shit won't happen.
You know what? Matter of fact, let me call some motherfucking more. Yeah, let me get it all out. But we thank y'all. We thank y'all for fucking with us. The more shows we get, the more appreciation we get. That's all we do this for. I'm serious. Like, that's what this is about. This is about putting everybody on. Putting everybody on and everybody being able to eat. That's how powerful this is. That's where we're going. To be honest with you, I think we're on the right path. So we appreciate y'all jumping on. We'll see y'all next Thursday. For anybody watching, I'm going to say this again. Get your people out Saturday. Dr. Price will be here Friday night. The event is Saturday morning, 10 to 2. You have to hit me up personally or hit Maine up personally so we can tell you exactly where the location is. He told us don't put that on social media. That's why I didn't do it. Straight up and down. You saw what KG said? You see what KG said?
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I told her they came for her. They come for her.
Yeah, because y'all damn sure coming to look at us. We know that shit. Nah. Like, y'all come to listen to us. Y'all come to look at somebody else. We know how y'all get down.
Hey, KG, we gonna tell her. We gonna tell her she been ducking you.
Look, Jermaine.
Nope. On that note,
y'all definitely have a great night, and we'll see y'all next Thursday.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you.